What's up, Gator Nation? I know fall camp recently started or is about to start, so I'm going to go ahead and start a series courtesy of Strong 24/7 Sports. We're going to do a positional group series for the Florida Gators in 2025. The first group I'm going to go ahead and cover are the cornerbacks, and we're going to cover who left, who's still here, who we picked up as freshmen, and will they be better or will they be worse than last year, position group by position group. Again, the first position group I'm going to go ahead and cover today is the cornerback room. The cornerback room. And the article I'm going to use was written by Graham Hall of Swamp 24/7 Sports. So let me go ahead and start covering this, then I'll give you my thoughts on what Graham Hall has to say. With a Southeastern Conference Media Day is now in the rear view, and fall camp practice is to begin shortly thereafter, the Florida Gators' highly anticipated 2025 season is nearly upon us. Expectations for the Gators are high as they have been under Billy Napier, who enters his fourth season as Florida's head coach in 2025. Following UF's winning streak to conclude the 2024 campaign, including ranked triumphs over number 22 LSU, number 9 Ole Miss, and the program's first bowl game victory since 2019, while Napier maintains a 500 record at the University of Florida at 19-19. Athletic Director Scott Strickland gave the head coach votes of confidence at the 2024 season and again last November, and the Gators' late season run of success appears to have validated that decision. Internally, I think that decision reflected the whole organization and our body of work since we've been there, and their assessment of that group of people and the direction of the group of people. I think that's the important part Napier said of his retention during the SEC spring meetings in May. I think on the inside we've done a lot of really good things. I think we're currently as healthy as we've been culturally, and I think we've got a lot of good young talent. I think that contributes to the buy-in in terms of the vision of the program, so I think it's not necessarily a reflection of me as much as maybe a reflection of the entire group of people. Following the off-season roster shuffle and the implementation of the House versus NCAA settlement, the latter of which has impacted roster sizes across college football landscape, Florida's roster stands at 117 players, including 84 scholarship players. To pair with 33 walk-ons, UF prepares for fall training camp. Swamp 24/7 breaks down the Gators roster position by position ahead of the fall camp and the 2025 season. The Gators cornerback room is now going to be covered. Senior Devin Moore, Junior Dejon Johnson, redshirt sophomore Cromani McLean, redshirt senior Michael Gadaway Jr., redshirt freshman Teddy Foster, redshirt freshman Jameer Glimsey, freshman Onis Kanambani, freshman Jabari Flowers, freshman Ben Hanks III. Off-season departures: Jason Marshall Jr. drafted by the Miami Dolphins. Jacoby Jackson transferred. Twycrest Bridges drafted by the Los Angeles Chargers in the NFL. Outlook. The Gators cornerback room is tasked with replacing multiple key players from a season ago, with Jason Marshall Jr. and Twycrest Bridges set to begin their NFL careers, and Jakeem Jackson now at LSU after entering the NCAA transfer portal. The cornerback with the most experience in Gainesville is now Devin Moore, a talented defensive back, yet someone who has been bit by the injury bug routinely during his time at Florida. When Moore has been on the field, however, he's been impressive. He started 6 of his 7 appearances in 2024 before suffering an year-ending shoulder injury against Georgia. Along the way, posting single-season career highs of 17 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 4 defended passes. Today, Moore has allowed 50%, 18 of 36 of his career targets in coverage to be caught, indicating his prowess at the position. Opposite Moore is expected to be a battle between a pair of 30-year players, Cormani McClain and Deshaun Johnson. A season injury to Marshall Jr. in Week 8, with Moore going down for the year, allowed Johnson to step into the starting role at cornerback for the Gators during his sophomore campaign in 2024. He finished the year with 550 defensive snaps, 27 total tackles, including 2 for loss, 2 defended passes, and a coverage completion percentage of 52 over 25 targets. As for McClain, the former 24/7 Sports 5-star recruit appeared in 3 games and made 1 start with the Gators last season, obtaining a redshirt, yet flashing talent over his limited opportunities before suffering season-ending undisclosed upper body injury. He memorably returned an interception for a touchdown against Kentucky in Week 8 and broke up a deep pass that likely would have been a touchdown if caught on the next drive. He had 4 tackles against Georgia in his next appearance. So on 24/7 has heard from multiple sources that McClain excited spring camp with an edge at winning the starting job over Johnson. Through fall camp will determine the pecking order ahead of August 30th season opener against Long Island. Behind the aforementioned trio are multiple young players with potential yet lacking experience. Teddy Foster appeared in 5 games during his freshman season in 2024, including 2 defensively. He finished the campaign with 4 tackles and allowed a catch for 24 yards on his only target in coverage. DeMar Greensley's role is uncertain due to undergoing ACL revision surgery at the conclusion of the 2024 campaign. Greensley transferred to Florida after signing with Alabama, played against Texas and Florida State in the back half of his freshman season, logging 37 defensive snaps without recording a statistic. Needing to add a veteran depth to the roster, the Gators landed Michael Callaway Jr., formerly of Southern Miss, Southwest Mississippi Community College, and Pearl River Community College. Callaway produced 70 tackles with 2 for loss, 7 defended passes, and 1 fumble recovery in 35 games and 15 starts for the Golden Eagles, allowing 73.8% of his targets in coverage to be caught. While most of the experience is outside cornerback, 576 snaps. He also played 236 as a box safety, 94 as a nickel corner, and 83 as a free safety. Furthermore, UF added 3 freshmen from the high school level: Ben Hicks III, Davari Flowers, and Onis Connerbody, giving the program first-year players to develop at the position, though it isn't out of the question that the Gators utilize a freshman cornerback this season. Will Cromani or DeJon Johnson win the job? Who will start opposite Devon Moore is the question Gators must answer when fall camp opens. While McLean didn't have the most impressive spring game performance, he fared well enough during the spring camp to exit organized practice sessions as a projected starter, though UF will look to continue evaluating the position when the team reconvenes for fall camp on July 30th. Johnson's off-season arrest may have prevented him from starting week 1 depending on internal disciplinary decisions, but the expectation is he'll remain a key piece of the secondary for the Gators. If McLean can live up to the lofty hype, he has a significant possibility of starting routinely for Florida. It's one of the most intriguing position battles on Florida's roster ahead of the 2025 season. What role will the freshmen have? The Gators are no strangers to starting first-year players at cornerback. Jason Marshall Jr. did upon his arrival at UF. For example, giving the top of the order, it remains to be seen what role the trio of Ben Hanks, Onis Connerbody, and Davari Flowers of this upcoming season. The odds say they'll begin their careers as reserves in the rotation, yet all-impressive fall camp could lead to any of the freshmen to play an elevated role when the season arrives. While Connerbody has yet to arrive at Florida due to his visa process, Hanks had an impressive spring for the Gators, displaying advanced instincts and physicality despite his early enrollee status. Flowers projects to need more time to develop due to his reclassifying from the 2026 class, yet it won't be a surprise to see if any of the 3 take snaps early into their careers, especially with the Gators facing Long Island University and USF first 2 weeks of the season. Can Devon Moore stay healthy? This is arguably the most critical question facing the cornerback position for the Gators. As previously mentioned, Moore has been impressive whenever he's on the field. The question has been availability rather than ability. While he receives an unfair knock for his injury issues over the last couple of years, his talent and production hasn't been a question. He's highly regarded inside the Florida program, and his leadership were proved to be critical for the recent additions to the roster. If Moore is to have a standout season at the collegiate level, it should be this season. Florida ceiling. In the third level will certainly be impacted by Moore's ability to stay on the field this season. The Gators must replace more than 1,000 snaps at cornerback from a season ago. Syquest Bridges played 612 snaps, the second most of any defensive back behind safety Jordan Castell, while Marshall logged 447 snaps before the season-ending shoulder injury. Jakeem Jackson was limited to 86 snaps before season-ending injury. Of Florida's returning cornerbacks, DeJon Johnson saw the most action last season, logging 495 snaps 2024. Moore tallied 278 snaps, while McLean had 111 in their first season with the Gators. Florida was far more capable at gathering takeaways last season increasing its interception total from the 2023 to 14 in 2024. The Gators have altered their coaching staff from the last season after losing safeties coach Will Harris, the cornerbacks coach Bay Russell. However, the additions to the coaching staff and Aaron Wilson and Vinny Sinceri are tasked with ensuring a regression in the takeaway department doesn't occur. Outside cornerback 1, Devin Moore. Behind him, Ben Hanks III, Orlando Manning, or Jamari Flowers. Or Jamar Greensley. Outside cornerback number 2 as of now, Hermione McLean or Deshaun Johnson. Behind him, Michael Clatterway Jr. or Teddy Foster. Alright guys, as far as this article, I totally agree with what he had to say. There's the two experienced ones are Johnson and Moore, with Cormani being the third one. I hope Cormani gets a start because Cormani coming out of high school was a 5-star. But we'll see what happens with that. The next preview will be tomorrow, and it will be the quarterback position. So leave me your thoughts down below, what you think of this cornerback precision preview. And as always, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Gators.
Enjoy